What's up, YouTube? I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I'm going to get straight into the video. Like, subscribe, comment. When we're looking at the overall market, I still remain bullish. There's no reason for me to be bearish right now. There's no reason for you to be bearish, all right? So looking at the overall market, looking at the SPY right now, if I'm looking at the SPY monthly, what pattern do you see? You see a cup and handle pattern. If we close above 480 for the month, I believe we're going to see much newer highs, and I'm talking about 498, 500. Call me crazy, but they called me crazy when I said 485, 488. All right, so just keep that in mind when you're looking at the SPY. Now, I will admit, looking at the NASDAQ, there is some weakness on the NASDAQ. If we go down to the daily on the NASDAQ, I do see some weakness, all right? But what happens every time we see weakness in the market? We go higher. Every time we see some type of consolidation in the market, we go higher. So there is no point in trying to call the top until we break key levels. And right now, those key levels I am looking at is 17,400 and 17,200. Until we break those levels with confirmation, I will remain bullish. Now, the main key level that I am looking at is this level right here, which is 16,800. If we just so happen to get rid of these bears here, not bears, bulls here, I will be worried. Okay, I will be worried, and that is when I think the market will have a complete turnover to the bearish side. But for now, I remain bullish. We do have PCE data in the morning, so that can change the whole sentiment around. But again, I keep seeing people say, oh, we're consolidating. That means there's weakness in the market. That means we're going to potentially drop. Why not wait for confirmation? Simple as that. All right, so that's all I got as far as my thoughts on the overall market. Just look out for those key levels. I honestly think Nasdaq is going to see 18,000. Now, when that happens, I can't tell you. I'm not a psychic, but I do think we're going to see 18,000. Call me crazy. 18,400, 500. All right. Hey, look, call me crazy, call it what you want, but that's what I think is going to happen. Now, as far as again, when that happens, I don't know. Now, moving on. As far as let's go over Tesla real quick, okay? And then we can go over the three stocks that I am talking about. Tesla. All right, so we had a bounce. I called it. I called it the last two videos. I said Tesla has to, if we break below 194, it can get ugly, right? Now we are at 180. I genuinely think that we could potentially see a retest, or eventually we will need to retest. Okay, we will need to retest 194. Okay, we will need to retest that. Now, as far as when that happens, have no clue. All right, it could happen tomorrow, it can happen next week, whatever the case may be. Once we hit 194, I will really pay attention to that level. If sellers start to step in, I do believe we're either going to consolidate around here or we break further down. Again, 180 is your key level to the downside, 194 is your key level to the upside. If we just so happen to break above 194 and mount it, not just break it, but mount 194, maybe have some consolidation here, whatever the case may be. I do think Tesla can go higher and break above 200. And if we break above 200, I think that is a good sign for Tesla, at least for the short term. Okay. So that is my thoughts on Tesla. 194 upside, 180 downside. All right. As far as my three stocks, okay, let's get into the three stocks that I am looking at. The first stock is Apple. Now, Apple has an event tomorrow, a Vision Pro event. And if we're being honest, Apple, every time Apple has an event, it's just really boring. They really don't show anything new. It's always the same thing. So take that with a grain of salt. But regardless of how many events they have and how boring they are, how lackluster they are, people still think Apple's going to go to the moon based off those events. Me personally, I'm just not interested in the event. But what I will say about Apple is my target still remains the same. I'm still looking at 200. Ideally, 200, 198 minimum. Ideally, I would like Apple to retest this neckline back down here at around 188, 187, or at least retest 192. Those are the two levels I'm looking for. But a good move for me to be interested in calls heading into maybe their earnings would be 188, 187. The only thing that really bothers me is this gap down here all the way at 183, 80, 182. That really bothers me right there. But again, the key level I'm looking for is 188. If you don't know, understand why I'm saying 188 is because typically when we have a bottom pattern here, and it was absolutely clean. I called this out in like a few videos ago. This bottom pattern here, we typically retest the neckline. Okay, just like if you see a double top, you typically retest the neckline. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. That's the level I'm looking out for. We could just continue to go higher, and if I just so happen to miss that move, if Apple hits 200 before earnings, then I have absolutely no interest in it. But if we go lower into earnings, then I'm absolutely interested in trading Apple into earnings. Okay. Next stock I'm looking at is Amazon. So, Amazon has been playing games. It's really been tricky. So I would be cautious with Amazon right now because yeah, it's really playing games. But the levels I am looking for, and I've said this in previous videos, is that we want to see amount of 157, 157.5, and we're getting that. We are getting that so far. Now, do I trust this move? Am I satisfied with this move? No, I'm just not because we're just sitting here. But that doesn't mean that we're going to drop further down. People keep thinking that consolidation means that you're just going to drop down. Consolidation can easily mean the opposite as well. So I still like Amazon. It's just really been boring to watch lately. It's just mounting this 157.5 level. If Amazon just so happens to break above 158 and mount that, I absolutely will be happy, and I think we would see a further move to the upside based off that. And the key level I am looking at is 163, 163.5. After that, you're looking at a move to 166, and then after that, you're looking at a move to 170. Again, I've said it multiple times. Would we be surprised if Amazon hits 200? I wouldn't. I think Amazon is lagging behind the market, and at some point in time, I think it's going to want to catch up with the market. So be on the lookout for those levels to the upside. We're looking at again 163 and 166. As far as downside goes, if Amazon just so happen to break down, wherever the case may be, maybe PCE data causes it to break down for whatever reason, I'm looking at 153, 152.5, and if we just so happen to break further down, I'm looking at 149.5, 150. I'm not really interested in any further move down. At that point in time, I think the whole market would just be absolutely being demolished if Amazon breaks further down than that. So that is what I'm looking at as far as Amazon. Next stock I'm looking at is Walmart. Okay, Walmart. Walmart is a very slow mover, so if you are going to trade it, I personally would probably go a month or two out because it moves extremely slow and is very boring. Okay, it can be very boring. All right, but Walmart looks really good. As you guys can see, we are retesting the daily trend line. We're retesting our support at around 160.5. Walmart looks really good. The only thing I want to see, not issue, but the only thing I would like to see is Walmart break back above 163, mount it, and then go higher towards 165, 165.5, and after that, my ultimate target would be around 167.5, where the potential gap fill is right around this area. So Walmart has been playing games as of lately, but if you look at what a US Dow is, it it does kind of make sense that we are having a hard time moving further up on Walmart. So we can get another maybe retest towards this daily trend before the next move up on Walmart. So again, look for amount of 163. And then if we get that amount, then I'm looking at a potential move towards 166. Now, the Dow Jones is having a hard time going further up above 38K, and that's because we are at the weekly SMA. So just keep that in mind, and that's probably why a lot of Dow stocks are just not moving. Well, that is why a lot of Dow stocks are just not moving right now. But otherwise, those are the three stocks that I am looking at. As far as plays go, 165 contracts for not January, February 16th look absolutely amazing. I don't know how they look now, but we did do calls on those for like next week and also February 16th. So those look absolutely amazing. If we break below 155, then I'm just going to give up the play and look for another opportunity to go in. As far as Apple goes, I'm not necessarily in Apple. I would like to see a retest of this level here If that happens, I'm assuming the market is dropping right along with it. But if it doesn't happen, then I'm just going to leave Apple alone until closer to earnings. All right. And then my target is still 198, 200. Tops, I see 205. Okay. As far as Walmart goes, we have 170 calls for February 16th. So interested to see how those turn up. I probably will add more contracts at around, if we mount 163, we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, if you are interested in my plays, if you are interested in crypto, Forex, stocks, if you're interested in getting signals sent to you, Discord link is in the description below. If you are interested in charts, okay, if you are interested in indicators, maybe you're having a hard time drawing out support, resistance, supply and demand zones, reversal patterns, whatever the case may be, link is in the description below. Chart Prime can help you out. They have excellent indicators for beginners and gurus, whatever you want to call yourself. Okay. Then that's all I have. All right. That's really all I have. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment. Until next time, have a good one, traders.